Spy. Surprise. Spy surprise. Cirky. That's me. So I was thinking, why are there so few spy videos out there on YouTube? Like, I can't really find any, so I thought I might as well get it going. Okay, so for starters, if you're wondering why my gun disappears when I fire, well, that's because I use a script that hides it. And if you've ever used auto reload on the spy guns, you know exactly why. I cannot believe that Valve hasn't fixed the reload animations after all this time. That's insane. Anyway, I'm here mostly to complain some about the dead ringer. Yeah, someone has to, right? And I will be using the ambassador throughout this video, I believe. I prefer the stock revolver though, so that's what I normally use. Also, it must have been a while since I recorded this, because I'm just noticing that there are a bunch of bonus stocks all over the place. God, that was the worst. So I guess I'll preface this by saying I really like playing Spy. It is one of my favorite classes, and I really like the Dead Ringer, in concept at least. You feign your death and you're gone. I also don't think that it's overpowered or anything like that. It's just a very specific thing that is easy to abuse. And now, because the Dead Ringer is so overused, no one really gets fooled by it anymore. But you can use stuff like sentries or fall damage, or disguise yourself as a friendly class to hide it a little better. And that's all fine. But the way quote-unquote good spies use it to just pretty much negate damage and brute force your way through anything is kind of a bummer. It's just a very easy thing to rely on, and it makes you very lazy. Don't be a lazy spy. And I guess this is somewhat related to how easy it is to get ammo and refill the charge. So, if you're fighting any class that does burst damage like sniper, scout, demo man, soldier and so forth, you can just, for example, tank a rocket with the Dead Ringer, relocate to a better position and uncloak and finish him off. I don't really think that should be a thing. Or even weirder, I guess, is running into a soldier or a demo man with the Dead Ringer just so he takes self-damage from the explosion. How is that a valid strategy? I don't know. I think the damage reduction might be a little too generous, because as long as you have more than, say, 15 HP, you can bail out of almost anything. If you use it well, say against a sniper, you could effectively have almost 300 HP as a spy. Also, if you don't think you will win the fight, you can just not uncloak and run away. There is not much of a downside either, so that's pretty good watch. I believe I do it a couple of times in this video, where I just put myself in a position that should clearly have killed me, but right click and you're fine. And also, if you combine the Dead Ringer with items like the Spycicle or Ambassador or maybe even the Enforcer, things get even more annoying. But I still think the Dead Ringer is the real problem in that equation. So a super easy fix for this would be to just mark you for death a couple of seconds after you uncloak, so that you take mini crits. At least something like that would discourage some of the constant spamming that you can do with the Dead Ringer. And even with that, I still think it would be a really good watch, so yeah. I guess I just don't like how mindless you can be with the Dead Ringer. I like it, but it probably shouldn't be this good. Alright, I'm done complaining. Anywho, I was thinking I should do a video on how to kill spies at some point. Isn't that ironic? I guess I'll do it right after I finish that stinky jumping tutorial in Valve time. So does anyone want to see more spy stuff? As I said, there is a huge lack of spy content out there. No one seems to be doing it. I am quite a fan of the kunai and dead ringer combo, so I could do that for more stabbing stuff. Let me know. Alright. I'm gonna go sleep in my car. See ya.